Is Gen Z too reliant on AI for job hunting? Overuse of tools like ChatGPT have led to cover letters and application answers that are more or less exactly the same, helping people to unfortunately drop out very early on in the application process. Cover letters have always been seen as a way to put in a little bit of extra effort to differentiate yourself from other applicants. Perhaps mention a recent news event in the company's history, or talk about why this specific role is something that you feel you can deliver a lot of value in, unlike perhaps others. One thing news media loves talking about at the moment is how much you guys are addicted to generative AI, whether that's from homework assignments all the way through to dating advice, and included somewhere in there is job applications. In a recent CNBC article, it discussed how job applicants seem to be submitting very, very similar cover letters and application answers. But what I find very interesting is a Canva survey that was referenced. For those who are utilizing generative AI, 61% feel like they're being more original, and 65% seem to think that they're being more creative. In that same Canvas survey, 45% of applicants were found to be using generative AI to help them update, improve, or even create a first draft of their resume. And in a Grammarly survey, it suggested that 61% of Gen Z can't even imagine getting into professional life, starting a job on day one without having access to generative AI tools. Fundamentally, though, is this any different than what's been happening for the past 20, 30 years? Just before graduation, during the job application season, everybody will be sharing cover letter templates, or the career service will be passing around resume examples that we would all build upon. And that's the same data that's being garnered from the internet to help ChatGPT build out resume templates. Indeed, this is just another way to look at job seekers generally not having the time to customize each cover letter, each resume to the jobs they're applying to. And with generative AI, you unfortunately can let slip information that's being created, maybe a news story or a part of the business that doesn't actually exist. But many cover letters have been sent to different jobs having the name of the wrong employer. This is part of the frantic job search that happens where you're getting distracted. Maybe you've sent 100 cover letters. There are often mistakes that happen. So fundamentally, I don't think there's really any difference between the use of AI to make cover letters and someone sending off the same cover letter again and again. This is an arms race between employers and future employees, where the employers don't really have the time to review all the candidates that are applying. So they set up more and more hoops for potential employees to jump through. Meanwhile, employees don't have infinite time to submit job applications. They've linked their LinkedIn to the application. They've uploaded their resume. They've then written out their resume by copy pasting the job titles. Now they're being asked for a cover letter, and maybe they have to submit a few thousand, 500 to 1,000 word answers to a set of questions. As a job candidate, you are trying to optimize your time, and maybe you only think you have a small percentage chance of getting this job. In different industries, of course, the need to apply to 1,000 positions versus 10 can vary. So this might not be consistent across the board. However, employers may be getting what they asked for by overburdening candidates so early on in the application process. That's the challenge. It seems like AI tools are really filling in a need that job candidates have to really just fire out as many applications as possible and try to consistently have them at a high level. Ideally, we personalize and try and use AI as more of a supportive tool. But life isn't often that easy. I'd be super interested to hear how you have utilized AI within your job application process and any tips and tricks you might have, whether it's been for interview questions or redoing your resume. Well, that's it for now. I'll catch you later.